Hello there. Welcome to SRS. This is the social race on F1 2019. If you're brand new here, well, we'll get things going and get things explained because there's a lot to explain. I'm Rhino Con 31. Some may know me as the previous owner of this league, back from Season 1 to Season 3, also known as PMB05. I'm going to be joined by my co-commentator Blue Goggy 14 in just a little while. He'll be joining me in about a couple of minutes. The lobby should be getting started pretty soon, but we're going to start the stream early because I think that's the way it should go with today's race. And I think the admins also kind of wanted it started early too, and so did I. We were all in the same boat with that, so that's the way things go. I'll be giving Goggy an invite in just a moment as well because he's gonna be joining the party to commentate with me. Now I will be explaining things in about a moment or two. I see people joining in, people hopping in. I'm just gonna tell people in the main chat that the stream has started, just so they are aware. Now I did at the last moment I did try to advertise this event as much as I could. I put something up on Twitter, put something up in different league servers, put something up pretty much everywhere I could that I thought of was appropriate to do so, and said, look, this is the social event for SRS one last time before the league says fully goodbye, and that's what I did. I advertised and said, come watch, you know, you have some people you might know from here, you have some people you might not know from here. So, yeah, by the way, I do want to go over a couple of, I'm going to send Goggy an invite right now, actually, because I think he's ready to join the party. Now, during this social event, we're going to be interviewing a couple of drivers who raced in the league, have a lot to do with the league's history, and we'll be going back and forth between that. But first thing I do want to talk about, though, is why are we having a social event? Why am I here out of all people? Well, there's a lot of questions to be answered that people might have. So the first thing is, why are we having a social event? Well, back about a couple of weeks ago, I'd say about 2-3 weeks ago, the league, it's fair to say that the league's participation and attendance was going lower, and things just weren't heading in the best direction. To some, it was a surprise. To some, not so much. As I'm joined by Blue Goggy. Welcome, Blue Goggy. Glad to have you here. Make sure you include your audio. Hello there.
Hello.
Well, glad to have you. Usually I'd ask everybody how they're doing and how what you've been up to, but I'll ask you, since that's usually what I ask.
I would say good. I mean, it's quite sad that the league's come to an end, but you know, it is what it is. It wasn't as more people's lives are getting back to usual and stuff are getting back to usual, and obviously Xbox League racing can be a bit glitchy sometimes, but that wasn't really the main contribution. But yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
I guess all good things have to come to an end. But yeah. I like the midpoint of season 5. When we were getting like 13 people, I was a bit like, it's not gonna last much longer, is it? So yeah, it was expected, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say, I mean, some people expected it more than others, some people not so much, and I was a person, I mean, as an outsider and someone who had not been much involving with the league throughout Season 4 and Season 5, I think it's fair to say, like, I personally wasn't shocked, but at the same time, part of me was shocked because, I mean, with the way season 5 did start out, I feel like the league was keeping itself alive, was keeping going, and then throughout the season it kind of took its toll, and it was like, okay, well, how much more do we have left of this? And that's what a lot of people saw. So about 2 weeks ago, the admins concluded that the league was shutting down, and it wasn't going to be any more after the social race, and that's what things are looking like. So we set up I should say the admins, that's proper terminology. The admins set up a social race for this weekend, day 1 and day 2, one on Saturday, one on Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. UK, for people to race. And at that point, it was kind of a farewell to the league, saying, you know what, let's end off on a good note. You know, I don't think anybody else wanted to end off on the note of like, okay, well, we did the tier 2 race with like 9 people, and then the tier 1 race gets canceled. Like, is that how we're gonna end the league? You know, people wanted to do a social race, and admins wanted to do a social race, and a lot of people were talking about the league's history, memories. I mean, there's gonna be so much memories when people look back on this league, especially from the early days of season 1, from late 2019, where the league started, all the way to now, late 2021, as we have 2022. As a year, I mean, things getting back to normal, things going crazy all over the world. I mean, we've seen so many things, some political wise, some not so political wise. Many things have happened throughout the world, and many things have happened throughout the world of racing, with Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, both drivers contending for the championship. I mean, I think as chaotic of a year it has been for us people, us fans as a sport, and this league as a whole. What do you kind of have to say about it, Blue Goggy? Because I think there's a lot we can take away, but just kind of summarize what you kind of took out of all of it as a year from all those 3 things I mentioned.
Yeah, I'd certainly say it was coming, but I remember having a conversation with my brother about he mentioned to me that at the end of season 4 they should have just called it there rather than trying to go through another season, because obviously season 5 had a rebrand.
Right.
Yeah, so obviously the end of the partnership with ABS and GSR definitely took away some of the spotlight that a lot of people took interest in. So yeah, it was definitely. I mean, I respect Square and Joe for giving it a shot in season 5, but yeah, it was. Some would say it wasn't worth it. Some would say it was it is worth it. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you completely there, and I think I've rejoined league racing within the last couple of months. I had to get myself figured out and everything else going on there to be able to rejoin, and as well, I got the F1 game a little bit later of 2021, so I joined in a little late, and I rejoined, and there was a league I joined, and recently people said, no, there's no point of like it going again, and things like that. Well, this was a different league I'm in, and I said, and this is kind of the point I make back to SRS. It's like, Joe and Square, like, they tried, and as if I said to over the people in the other league that weren't necessarily making as much of an effort, I'd say, to try to get it back going, I kind of helped, and I said, look, if you don't make much of an effort, then it's not going to happen at all. If you make some effort, then you could at least say you tried. And right here, these guys could say they tried, because you know what, credits due where credits due. I mean, there's many leagues out there where stewards, admins, commentators, so on, get backlash for things they may deserve, but at the same time, you got to think about it. If you were in their shoes, they work just about as hard as anyone else would, and for them to at least try to get things going for people to be happy and satisfied, that's what matters most. And people got what they got out of season 5, and I mean, we saw some spectacular things happen throughout season 5 with tier 1 and tier 2. I mean, we'll be talking about those a lot more tomorrow, but firstly, I want to go over why I'm here too, because a lot of people didn't expect it. After the league had shut down, the social race was happening, and a lot of people had suggested, bring PMB back as commentator. Bring him back. You know, he for kind of like a thank you for owning the league for the 3 seasons, doing what he did. And there was I've seen some nice comments from people, and other ones not so much. But that's your opinion, and you have the right to have that. But at the same time, I'm glad people, you know, did that. That was very nice, and thank you to the admins. Thank you to the people who wanted me here. I'm glad I'm here, and I think you're glad to be here as well too, Gagi.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? I mean, to be honest, I had a feeling that you wouldn't come back, but I mean, you're here now, and I respect you for coming back. Just to like, give people an insight into like where it all started. I mean, obviously coming back onto the F1 2019 game, which was the first game that AOL/SRS was on. I mean, I only had about 2 seasons actually, because I had like halfway through season 3. I mean, you probably remember me crashing in the first corner in Japan.
Yep.
And
Funny
then
enough, I have a league race tonight in Japan too, so just try to help me not crash in the first 2 corners, okay?
yeah. And then you also probably remember me getting my first and only pole position in that hectic qualifying session at Spain. Turned out to only end up 9th, because this is definitely a spectacular reason why I only came 9th. When it was turned into the instant conditions, I was like really nervous, so I was in like 4th, and because that was like an amazing position for me at the time, I was like really nervous, so I kept when I had the option to switch to go onto the intermediates, I was just like kept flicking through the tyres, and then I ended up just slowing down, and then like 5 people overtook me. So yeah.
Well, yeah, I think there's a lot of things we could go through, and we only have a limited amount of time before qualifying does start. So if you don't know the format, it's qualifying with this first race, 25% race distance. Then it's the reverse grid race with reverse grid, except for the people who DNF, of course. If you DNF, you're not going to be able to be reversed. And 25% for that second race. So that's what all we'll be doing today. And then tomorrow we'll be doing the same thing as well. I see a lot of people glad to have me in chat. I'm glad to have you guys join us, and that's amazing to have, considering, honestly, I didn't really expect this many people, but for the league to come back and do a social race and to come back to F1 2019 at Germany, it's a spectacular place for the league. It's where everything started back. If you remember, in season 1, there was a preseason event here. Actually, the first ever flip happened at this track where Ditto went upside down at turn 1 at Germany with a collision with Tax, I remember. I remember the whole meme that season too as well that we had with Tax, Axe, GMS Tax, AMS Axe. You know, we there was so much fun that season as well. And even in the race, DW got a podium, I think, here. Tax did, and I want to say someone else did. I don't remember. This is bad that I don't remember this. Who got a podium in that race? It's really bad. I don't remember now, but we'll go on to that in a moment.
Yeah, I do need
I remember there was
an invite to the lobby.
Yeah, I gave you about 1 or 2, I think.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you, but I completely forgot about it. I apologize, but
That's fine.
no, it was DW, Tax, and then there was someone else in the podium in that race. I don't remember. We'll talk about that later. There was the preseason drama with Apex Ricardo, and there was the drama with him and Fizzers. There was the big controversy there. There was a ton of things going on, I think, that season. And in this race, too, because in Season 1, Tier 2, there was an amazing battle with GSR Callum, Harrison. You also had, as well, Pluto, Riles in that battle. It was such an amazing battle, but that battle got split down to 3 cars at the very end in that Tier 2 season. And then it kind of just went all over. It just didn't happen as much as we thought the battle would. It was a 5-car battle, gone down to 3, and it wasn't as exciting toward the end, at least with the result we think we would have got if there was the 5 cars still in the battle. I know Harrison and Callum, they both collided, which cost their chance both of winning that race. I think it was Riles who won both races, but there was the controversy about ghosting off at the time too, because Riles had the lap car in the way, which at the time ghosting was off, so that was a bit of the controversy. Blue Goggy, make sure you press spectator though, because I don't think you want to go into the race, you know, as a as a commentator.
It was kind of I would say I would. I would be happy doing both, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, either way, another thing about Germany I think worth mentioning too, there's a couple of things that we could go back and forth between of Tier 3. I think the most iconic thing about Tier 3, I know I mentioned, you know, people are going to say, oh, well, polo bias. Well, I think the highlight was the post-race interviews more than the race itself, because remember, who was it? It was, Polo, who was co-commentating. We were interviewing Patriot, and a big voice crack by him highlighted, and that was a pretty interesting moment that speculated that whole stream. I think that probably made the stream 10 times better for people who were watching at the end. You know, people were probably bored by the post-race interviews, but you got that excitement at least, and that was funny. You also had history being made in ARL at the time, league named ARL at the time, with the two brothers of John Busy and Aaron Ocon at the time, which we'd later see two brothers race in the same race, or not in the same race, but in the same day with you and Maddie. So that was very nice to see you and Maddie Mamu. As I think we're readying up, I'm going to try to go quick this Tier 2. There was an amazing battle between Kagoda and Harrison, which I don't remember. I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'm going to call him Harrison, because I don't want to butcher that. The late safety car, Milo, Harrison, both from 18th and 19th on the grid, if you remember that too. And Big Chungus, I think he was another driver who started at the very back, finished in the top 5, and that just shows that this track, it promotes overtaking, and this is what we're probably going to see in this social race too. A lot of overtaking, a lot of great racing, and that's what I hope too. Tier 1, the collision with Danny Skedit and JSC Graham. That was controversial, and we have JSC Graham back racing for this race, so I think he'll be enjoying that one. And as soon as he goes by, I want to say it's right before the hairpin, I'm sure that's going to be flashing back in his mind every single time. And I really do hope Graham has a good race and doesn't crash out this time out of that one, because that was a good battle up until then. But those two had collided at almost every point up until that season that they seen each other on track, and that was like the worst thing possible for them, and it created more controversy. The wet period to the inner period, Jack VRT Lilly had a chance to win his first race, didn't end up doing so, speeding penalty in the end. Boker ended up winning that one. So, Goggy, I know you weren't here in the league during Season 2 and Season 1 Germany. Kind of tell me what you've noticed or seen that you would like to speculate or maybe talk about with this track as we head into this qualifying session.
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously, of course, it wasn't on the 20 and 21 game, so it will be interesting to see how quickly people get used to the track. I mean, obviously, people like Pluto and Kagoda will remember this track from Season 1 and 2. So yeah, obviously a lot of high-speed corners. I mean, I'd never done league racing on F1 2019 myself, so it will definitely be an interesting one because most people probably won't be used to the circuit. So yeah, we'll see who can remember the fastest lines to get around the track.
Now, I do apologize if you hear an echo from my mic. That's something I can't help because My TV is kind of broken with the volume, so same thing with this headset. If I cut out at any point or you hear noise from the headset, that's something else I can't fix. Hopefully I'll be getting a new one toward the end of the year, and we'll maybe fix that anytime people see me commentate again. And there's a lot of memories bringing back from just the Williams and the Mercedes and all these cars on this game. There's so much to think about. I do want to talk about some memories for people at this track. I believe Aaron Ocon in Season 2 got a points finish from this race. Remember, me and Milo had a lot of fun commentating the Season 1 race, and I do remember XPLO was up there in that race in the Tier 2 one. So was Milo, Kagoda, and even Rundle was racing the Tier 1 race in Season 2, which, I mean, that race was a classic. And I will say, regarding that race, there's probably a lot to remember that you could have said, well, coulda, shoulda, woulda this driver done this, coulda, shoulda, woulda this driver would have done that. And there's a lot going on there that you could think, watching back that race, and think, wow, that was quite interesting. As we do see some drivers on track, we'll go through them in a moment, but I do want to point out some memories from drivers in this league that I do recall. Blue Goggy, you can help me out with this one from people I'm not as familiar with, because there's some people I'm not as familiar with, which is understandable because I was only here Season 1 through Season 3, so there's obviously some things I will know and some things I won't know from Season 4 and 5. But Burning Man, I remember he got the points finish in Italy, if I'm correct. Went on to take an amazing win in Season 4 at Russia. Back
We did
in
have
F1.
a yellow flag already. That is, yep, just someone slowing down. Oh, and Burning Man's gone for a spin!
Spun!
See, I think,
Well,
is he still in the session?
yep, he is.
Oh,
Well, he had that amazing win in Russia, which he was able to get in Tier 4, and the only season of Tier 4. Aaron Ocon took 2 podiums that season, and he was actually pretty impressive, I'd say, in that Tier 2 season in a couple of races, but his inconsistency was keeping him from doing a little bit better. And same with the Tier 3 season. He had some impressive runnings through there. Podium in Bahrain and Belgium, I want to say, for Aaron in season 4, Tier 4. And in Season 5, he got promoted to Tier 1. Points finishes for him in Tier 1 as well. He had some impressive races there, but again, inconsistency was something that hurt him. FH in this league, well, I'm pretty sure he had a Tier 2 season, maybe a Tier 1 season. I'm not too familiar with that. Blue Gog, if you could help me with that one on FH. What do you remember about FH from this league that you can go over quickly?
yeah, of course he won. He had a battle with XPLO, but came right down to the last race in Season 4. With I think FH came out on top, but yeah,
No, it was XPLO, I think.
Oh, was
right?
it XPLO? Oh, okay. But yeah, he that was honestly a great battle in Tier 2 that season between them two, as Pluto flew fastest by 2/10 over his teammate Simon 37M, who
Yeah, you go.
Yeah, he only joined, I think, around Season 4. He joined as a reserve, and then he got signed quite quickly by, I think, Red Bull, and he's been up there most of the time. I think he's got a few poles and a few wins, but yeah, he's definitely someone we should watch out for.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. XPLO was in the league, I'm pretty sure, during Season 1. I don't recall if he raced. See, now my memory when it comes to this, me trying to remember things is something I'm struggling with right now. So, if I mess up something, my apologies. But XPLO in Season 2 had that first podium at Austria, I want to say, and impressive strategy by him as well. In the F2 days, I'd say he also did pretty well. I mean, he battled with Pluto. Pluto came out on the battle on that one, but XPLO won the championship in Tier 2 in Season 4. He is a driver who can say, hey, I'm a champion in this league, and guess what? You can't take that away from me. And you also can't take him being away at the top from him, too, unless somebody takes the fastest time away. Pluto, a driver in this league who's been here since Season 1, end of Season 1, actually. And he was contending for wins straight off the bat, Tier 2. Ooh. And then in Tier 2, that amazing championship battle with Kagoda. Kagoda is someone we're going to mention in a little while, but Pluto had that amazing championship battle with Kagoda. Fought all the way to the end, and there was some controversial moments he had with Kagoda in that championship that I think a lot of people will remember. That will go down as probably one of the best title battles in this league. One of the best, maybe not the best though. But Pluto, in Season 3, got promoted to Tier 1, won 2 races that season. Season 4 and Season 5, I don't think he won a race, but the thing is, he did have a lot of pace during those 2 seasons from what I recognized. It just never was able to pay off for him. Couple podiums too. Couple of podiums too for Pluto. F2 won 10 races straight as well as the championship. So Pluto, he's going to go down as one of the greats in this league for sure, and someone who broke a lot of history that a lot of people can't say they broke. Kagoda, he's in the hostage session aerial
third.
Yep, goes up to third. Yep. Kagoda joined the league in Season 1. He was in Tier 1, then got demoted to Tier 2 in Season 2. Won the championship there. Won a total of 3 races. That season was pretty competitive toward a lot of different drivers. I believe 7 different winners Kagoda in that championship season was able to have with his competitors. But during Season 3, back to Tier 1, only managed 1 podium. I'd say he got unlucky a lot. And sometimes he was costing himself with his own mistakes. Him and Pluto got into it again, and I believe an incident or 2. That's something you might want to watch in this session with the race. Him and Pluto could be having a battle. I'm hoping they keep it cleaner this time. But either way, Kagoda, Season 3. Season 4, he didn't really have any luck there. And even in the races he did race before he left the league, he really did not have much luck at all. And I don't remember him finishing in the points in any of those races. But his brother, Luke B, they both can say they've won races in this league because guess what? They're probably one of the only brother duo in this league to win races. I don't know if there was anything to go past that or not. We have other drivers as well that we want to talk about.
If I had won a race, then that would have
that's very true.
Not been as special.
That's very true. Well, you have JSC Graham as well. In the Mercedes for this session. JSC Graham, I want to say he joined in Season 2, and he had some impressive moments. I mean, he got a pole. He's right next to his teammate right there, as you see. But he got a pole. What happened there? I think there's...
Spun at the final corner, but he doesn't look to have that much damage.
Well, continuing about JSC Graham, and then we'll talk about what happened there in a moment. But talking about JSC Graham, in Season 2 of this league, got a pole. He's been on, I think in that Germany race, he probably would have got a podium if it wasn't for the collision with Danny Skedit. And he ended up, in the short time he was in the league at that time, Season 2, had some impressive runs, points, finishes. He helped get the Constructors' Championship for Renault at the time. Now they're called Alpine and F1. There's a lot of name changes we got to talk about from 2019 to 2021. But
oh no, Pluto goes to second. But Kagoda does go top. That's 11-2.
Well, yeah, about Graham, he was also rejoined in Season 4, I want to say, and Season 5. I don't know much there, but what I will say though is Graham probably one of the better comeback drivers when it came to being banned to coming back to this league and being able to put up a fight to people. That was for sure. Joseph as well. The history with him behind commentary is something else because he joined this league at round 5, I believe it was. Round 5, round 4 with commentary and has been in ever since, and one of the drivers who I'd say has one of the biggest impacts in this league when it comes to management and anything else like that. Joseph, an impressive one. I believe it was Mexico in Season 2. Wasn't able to repeat that, but I think he got a podium in Season 3 in Tier 2. Besides that, he stuck to commentary, stuck to the management side of the league.
That was close for him.
That was. But stuck to the management, stuck to the commentary. and he's been a big impact on Tier 1 ever since. And probably, I think, if I'm being
Ties
honest
pops
here,
up fourth. Good lap from
if I'm
him.
being honest here, out of all the people I've worked with commentating, he's probably the best one, I'd say, by far. Ties, well, he was in the league in Season 4 and Season 5. If you don't mind talking about Ties, Gagi, I'll let you do that. I've kind of spoken this whole time, so I apologize.
Yeah, only FH has gone on to the mediums. But looks like people want to go quite aggressive. Yeah, it's a social race. People may want to take a bit more risks than they would usually do in a normal league race. But yeah, there's certainly a lot less pressure on the tyres than what they used to. So it'll be interesting. So it'll also be interesting to see which just the car models and how people can adapt to the old machinery.
Well, speak about Ties and Rundle, and then I'll go on about Sync once you're done with that. Then we'll go back to the qualifying session. Gagi.
Pluto
Go.
currently on his outlap. Top two could go to X below, both in the pits at the moment. Our knock on is on the lap, he's about 2/10 up. Doesn't go wide. Onto the Sachs curb. He gets a decent exit. Goes around the final two corners where a lot of drivers went off in the 2019 German Grand Prix. We all remember that race. As he comes up to the line now and he goes fourth fastest. It's a good lap.
Well, yeah. I want you quickly though. I want you to speak about Ties and Rundle with this league though. What has their kind of history been toward the league at Gagi, and then I'll speak about Sync once you're done with those two.
Okay. Ties. In Season 4, he was extremely competitive in Season 3, getting signed quite early on in the season by Williams, and then immediately dominating some of the races. I believe he came fourth in the standings in Season 3. Of course, his teammate Cool Kyoga managed to beat him going second. But yeah, he's definitely obviously there was only two tiers in Season 5. He went up to Tier 1. He partnered Jab for the early parts of Season 5 before being demoted to Tier 2, where he hasn't had the best of luck. And Rundle, who's that? That was FH. Rundle, he managed to win the Tier 3 championship in Season 4, winning a lot of the races by a clear margin. But Williams did only lose out in the constructors by 43 points. But of course, Rundle's teammate Communist only managed to make 12th in the standings. So it was kind of Rundle all the way for the McLaren constructor, with Communist only picking up 53 points. But it was definitely, I wouldn't say Ty's fourth place represented how he performed in that season. He was only 19 points off of second place. Of course, Utah Elephant, or I think he's left QBR now. But yeah, he split the two Williams drivers. And what has happened to Graham?
I'm sorry for laughing at that. That's too funny. Graham tried entering the pit lane right there, and that was an attempt. I don't even know if he was trying to crash the car or not, but that was a massive fail. And That was almost like Ian Felipe back in season 2 with the pit lane collision that he had. Wow, that was wow. I'm speechless right there.
But yeah.
Go ahead.
Randall definitely dominated the season, winning the championship by a whole 119 points over Kyogre. Who in season 5 ended up getting signed by myself to drive for Ferrari in Tier 1. I know, me being a team leader. I don't know. Did you know that I became team leader?
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna go on about Sync quickly because we don't have much left in this session. Sync as well. Tier 3, I would say, in season 2. He joined up Kagoda. Good friends with Kagoda. Those two got along good since. Sync as well in that Italy race. He was out right before the moments of Davis and Raptor with their collision. Sync had a chance, I want to say, at better results, but was never really able to get it. I don't remember if he got a podium or not. I want to say he was close a couple of times, but wasn't able to do so. This is the last moment of qualifying. We haven't really focused too much on qualifying this session. Gaggy's been more focusing on that. I've been focusing on the drivers and their history in this league. Now we're fully focused on qualifying. And guess what? Less than a minute remains. Joseph off the final corner. He's going to start a lap. There's about 5 other drivers who are going to start a lap and have yet to start a lap. But everybody else is on their lap, and we're going to be finding who crosses the line and is able to get pole in these last couple of moments. Pluto's on a lap, Xpilo, Aaron Ocon, and many other drivers also on a lap, but the first driver I think we're going to have cross the line might be LSJ Rundle. No, it's going to probably be, I can't tell, one of the Alfa Romeos. I think it's going to be Xpilo and Aaron Ocon, the first 2 Alfa Romeos to cross the line. 500s down for Aaron Ocon. He right now is sitting on the second row, right behind his teammate too.
He almost lost the back end.
Goes wide, still able to go. He might get invalid for this.
And a bit.
No, not invalid. Xpilo crosses the line, and he's going to extend that time from pole. 1:10.8 for Xpilo. Off the final corner for a Ferrari. That's LSJ Rundle improving by 2:10.
Pluto's on a good lap. He can snatch pole from Xpilo.
Only 6 for Rundle. Pluto, can he snatch pole from Xpilo?
What's Kagoda got?
Only to the front row. Milo crosses the line. Stays 7th, but behind that you have FH. 11th on the grid right now. He's going to go to the front row.
Massive oversteer from Kagoda. He just looked.
Simon
pole
just
went out of his grasp, but the 2 Hasses have collided.
Oh, at the final corner. That's not good. Ties as well is going to cross the line. Can he improve? No, he's going to stay the same. Aaron Ocon, I think, is also going for another lap right here, too. And Sync sits 12th, and he's going to stay there.
Sync and
Kagoda. They collided. And, yeah, you might have to reinvite him right there. Aaron Ocon, though, was crashed at the final sector. He's not going to be able to improve his time. Resets the track, but it is going to be pole for Xpilo. His teammate, though, crashed, and he's going to be 5th. But on the front row, it's Xpilo and FH. A little bit flashbacks to Tier 2 right here. And Pluto and Kagoda, more flashbacks to Tier 2 from 2 seasons before that. They're going to be on the second row. Aaron Ocon, Ties, Rundle, Milo, Simon, Graham, the top 10. Burning Man and Sync, though, they can only manage 11th and 12th. And that's the session. That's over.
Yeah. I think Kagoda isn't going to be happy with 3rd on the grid, because he definitely deserved to be. Oh no, Kagoda's down in 4th. So yeah, he's definitely not going to be pleased about that. He was definitely going to. He looked like he was going to get pole, but Xpilo just pulled a massive lap out the bag.
I think something might have happened also between him and Sync, because Sync's also down in 12th, and he wasn't able to improve, and he was spun at the last corner with Kagoda. Kagoda, he's joined back the session now, so he should be okay. But it's Xpilo, FH, the 2 championship protagonists in Tier 2 from Season 4. Then you bring back from 2 seasons before that in Tier 2, Pluto and Kagoda. And what's funny enough about that is, heading into the last couple of races, That's the way the championship was, I'm pretty sure, with those guys. First, third, Xpilo ahead of FH, and Pluto ahead of Kagoda. I mean, there was a lot that went on in those 2 seasons. It's a little bit of flashbacks for them, and that's good to see. I believe we have a formation lap. We're going to get started with that in just a moment. Let me just check just to make sure. Is there a formation lap? Yes, there is. We'll be getting going with that. I don't think we really need to do ones to watch, but what I will say, though, is we do need to kind of recap that qualifying session for a moment, because Xpilo on pole stole it as well, and FH gone to the front row. He was sitting down at the bottom the whole session. He was struggling, it looked like, for the beginning of that, and he ended up being on the front row.
Of course, we do only have a 25% race, so people looking to be a bit more aggressive.
All right, now I don't think Kagoda's joined back the session fully yet there, but Aaron Ocon, he's got an impressive 5th place as well in qualifying. Rundle, Joseph, 2 big names as well. Graham is too. He's back there. Now, there's going to be a lot to look forward to in this race. How is the overtaking going to be? I mean, there's so much more as a difference, too, in this game, because ERS is managed, fuel being managed. There's so much difference compared to F1 2021 that it would shock you if you never really played this game that much. To where, like, wow, there's a lot difference from 2 years ago. And even the handling model and the braking, a lot of things go different.
Chunga says, I've been having a conversation with Chungus because he wants to do the social race tomorrow, and I said
Yeah,
I said there's a
that
link on the Twitter if he wants to join, and then he said he's banned, so I would need someone to unban him. Of course, I can't do that because I'm not an admin.
Right, yeah. So we'll figure that out tomorrow. I'll have Square and then figure that out. But either way, end of the formation lap. We'll try to get interviews in with drivers at the end of this race before the sprint race. The reverse good race, whatever you want to call it, sprint race, reverse good race, whatever you choose to call that, and then we'll interview people at the end of the race as well. So stay tuned as well if you're at the end of this race, if you're tuning in there. If you're going to watch this one, watch the second one too at the end. For the reverse good races, drivers are lining up on the grid for the second to last day of SRS with the league. Let's see how this goes. There's a lot going on in league racing, in life, and a lot's going on since then. But right now, we got the 5 red lights, and we got them going away. That's Xpilo on pole, FH in second, and FH has not got a good start because Pluto has gone by, and Pluto, you're going to be expecting him to possibly work with Xpilo to continue gaining that gap. And Xpilo has got the lead. He stayed in the lead right now. Pluto looking to the inside.
Kagoda's almost got up to 5th. Kagoda's down to 6th. Awful start.
FH is challenging Pluto, but it's not enough, and there's a crash in the back. It's Burning Man.
Graham and Burning Man.
Now to the run to the hairpin, avoiding the usual chaos that we usually get. Pluto looking to go down the inside, but he wasn't able to do it right there. Kagoda and Rundle also going side by side to the hairpin. Kagoda goes off the racetrack just a little bit there, but he's going to be looking to possibly get back before Sector 3. Can he get Rundle back right here? He's going to look to the inside. Can't make a move right there. And if he did, that could have been close to a spin. Sink as well. He's gone by Simon. Simon also losing the rear end of the car. But everybody at the end of Sector 2, all literally within a second of each other before DRS arrives on lap number 3. Xpilo, 6/10 gap for the race lead. Now 7/10 to Pluto. He's trying to pull himself out of DRS, but I wonder, is Xpilo and Pluto, they usually like to work together. Now, are Xpilo and Pluto going to work together to pull away from FH? Because right now, well, looked like for a second it was out of DRS right before the 3rd lap. But,
and Joseph spun.
He was lucky not to hit a barrier there.
He's reset to track. I don't know if you're allowed to do that, but...
Well, screw working together because guess what, Pluto... Pluto's got out of a second, and you're right, Rundle's on the back of Aaron Ocon, and they're going to go side by side right into the hairpin. Wheel to wheel, these two, the Ferrari and the Alfa Romeo. There's a lot of history right there with those two cars in this league, but Rundle has got ahead. Rundle up to 4th place. But yeah, as I mentioned, Pluto out of a second, so there's not much working together right there between Xpilo and Pluto to maybe try to pull a gap off FH. It's a second now between Xpilo and Pluto. 1.3. Pluto's losing a ton of time through
FH
Sector 2 at
wide.
the very end of it. Well, Aaron O'Connor was also...
But he's also made a bit of a mistake in Sector 2.
Yeah, Aaron Ocon's also in the back of him because of that. So, yeah, you bring up a good point right there because that's also allowed Kagoda, too, to get to the back. Kagoda had a really poor start. It looked like he started 4th. And look where he is at. And DRS is going to be enabled this lap. Rundle with the fastest lap, taking it over Xpilo. And as we get through turn 1, the infamous corner where everybody spins out in this game, it looks like. Milo was a part of that one. And going wide at the back, that's Sink. Sink's going off, and he's got damage, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if he still does or not. 2 cars are going to go split him right there. Ties and Simon. But does Sink have damage?
Just going to go... He's going to get Aaron Ocon, I think.
No. Doesn't have damage. Yeah, Kagoda. He's going to go by Aaron Ocon. I thought Sink had damage for a moment right there, but he's lucky to escape. Aaron Ocon, not so lucky to escape from that one. He hits the back of Kagoda.
Simon had just been overtaken by 2 cars in the same straight. Sink's now gone off.
He's going to try to fight that one back, but he can't. He's still side by side with Sink, though, as we head to the right-hander, and he's going to cut the grass just a little bit just to stay ahead. And side by side, once again, he loses the rear end. Oh, just unable to keep the car going in a straight direction. It's not so stable. You can tell how loose he is right there. Can't keep the car going in a straight line. That one's going to cost him keeping up with that pack of cars that was right there for 7th place and on back. Aaron Ocon, he's lost a chance
to overtake Pluto this lap as Pluto actually goes wide.
Yeah, I was going to say Aaron Ocon lost a chance to keep within DRS of Kagoda and that whole pack right there. He's pitted. So has Simon. They're probably going to look to go to mediums or hards. I would assume mediums with how the 25% race is, but DRS enabled for FH. Pluto has it as well, but FH has got the slipstream and he's looking to make a move toward the hairpin. Can he do it on Pluto? No, he's going to be the smarter person right there and back out of that one, but he's going to wait on the hairpin.
Oh, he almost gets him on the exit.
Another battle looking forward to is Kagoda and Rundle. Sink goes down the inside of Ties. Sink's going to go ahead, but Ties with the switchback out of the hairpin. They're going to be wheel to wheel, heading to that right-hander.
Oh, I got a bit close.
Yeah, ghosting right there between the two. Kagoda's going to head of Rundle. Rundle's headed wide.
Rundle. Oh, that was close.
Rundle made a mistake right there, and he's going to lose DRS from that one. FH.
Pluto's on a massive oversteer.
Oh, my God. FH goes by Pluto, but FH has to come in. FH went into the pits right there. So, yeah, that's how he got by Pluto right there. But Pluto, you could tell the softs are really dying on these guys. But mediums is going to be the way to go. I mean, it's a 25% race.
Pluto's definitely losing a lot of grip. He was sliding all over the place.
Yeah. Medium tires going on for the people who pitted. Sink and Graham as well. That's 10 seconds back from the top two. DRS for Graham. Graham has much of a run. He might get some flashbacks here to Danny Sked on him, but he's going to have a much cleaner time getting by Sink as he runs right into the grass right there from contact from Sink as we head to the hairpin. Graham ahead for the time being. Oh, there's contact. Sink, though, was not able to get ahead of Graham. They made contact. Graham will stay ahead, though. Rundle and Joseph. Rundle ahead of Joseph right there. That's for 7th place. Kagoda and FH.
There is 5 different EOS modes in this game, unlike the last 2 F1 games, which should play a part in that people not being used to having 5 different EOS modes available.
Well, the front 2 pit. And that's going to be what's important for this race.
Graham's
Pluto was really struggling.
Well. So Sink is going to take the lead of the race.
Yeah, Pluto was really struggling, so this pit stop was very needed for him. He maybe could have done it a lap ago, but I don't think he could have entered the pits right there. And here's the battle for the lead. FH has got the lead. He's ahead of Xpilo, but can Kagoda get by? Kagoda to the inside as well. Kagoda goes by at turn 2, and Xpilo might have DRS down to this back straight. And here is Kagoda ahead of Xpilo right there. And X-Pillow, he's coming back right at it. He's got DRS this time too. They both do.
X-Pillow could send it on Koda, but he stays behind. And Rundle and Pluto are going to go side by side, but Pluto just gets the better exit. This battle is definitely a lot closer than it was before the pit stops.
I mean, I think it's definitely worth pointing out, as my mic cut out for a second, but I think it's definitely worth pointing out this track provides some amazing racing, and I completely forgot how good it was, because look at the battle between FH, Kagoda, X-Pillow. They're all within this 3-car train for this lead, and they both have DRS. It's going to be DRS straights 3 times in a row. Kagoda's got some right here. DRS, and ERS was a factor.
FH, it's going to be a sitting duck down the second back straight, as we have a Williams off, and that's Joseph gone for a bit of a spin, and here we go. F8 is going to not, the only one to not have DRS. Pagoda looks like he's just going to
3 wide!
X-Pillow is going to send it outside of both of them, and they may have been in contact. As Pluto gets by Rundle.
Somehow got ahead right there, and yeah, Pluto and Rundle trading positions right there, but Sync has probably got to do Kagoda a favor here, and there's a spinner again. It's Milo. He had to reset the track for that one to keep it out of the wall, I think, but Pluto and Rundle as well
Sync
going
goes wide
for a second, and Sync had to let Kagoda go by there, and I think that's FH as well, who's trying to go by Sync too. Sync is really playing a factor on old tires.
A massive kerfuffle between the top 3 battle.
Side by side between the 2 championship contenders from Season 4, Tier 2, X-Pillow's got ahead right there, and that was all caused by Sync playing a factor right as the lap he pitted.
That has allowed
soft tires.
Kagoda to get a 1.4 second lead over the top 2.
Whoa! FH, he lost the rear end right there, was able to keep it straight, going in the right direction, and Pluto has caught up to the back of this pack from that whole incident, but it's allowed Kagoda to pull away by a second and 4/10 right there.
Pluto is only 1.2 seconds off this pack, so he could get involved if these top 3 start squabbling a bit more.
But you had FH with DRS, you had Rundle with DRS, and Rundle almost hitting the back of Pluto right there at the hairpin. That was close, and you also have another battle heading under the hairpin. Simon and Graham, this is back at 7th place. Everybody's now made their pit stop that they're supposed to for this race, but it's a matter of can X-Pillow get back to Kagoda. I don't know, I mean, with Sync being in the way right there and helping Kagoda, that's something that played the factor right there. And there was some team tactics, but hey, remember, I'd say Sync kept it clean. I know it probably annoyed the hell out of X-Pillow and FH, but he kept it clean right there. He didn't wreck anybody. He didn't force anybody off track, but he did the right thing right there by at least holding off those 2 to allow his teammate to get the gap he needed. X-Pillow is trying to get that gap back as he's taking the fastest lap, and he might get very close to DRS as we reach the back straight. I don't think he's going to be able to pick it up this time, though.
Yeah, FH is still going to get that DRS. He won't be able to get X-Pillow on this straight, but if X-Pillow gets DRS off Kagoda, he could be stuck in a DRS train, not be able to capitalise on X-Pillow being vulnerable without DRS.
Well, Rundle and Pluto have to find some way to catch back up, because Pluto's lost about 5/10 right there, and the gap is 2 seconds at least. And you need
Simon is
going
to go around the outside of Graham, is going to try and get the switch back for the better exit, but Graham managed to get a better launch.
You gotta remember, you also have to have a second within people that have DRS. And speaking of that, X-Pillow has got himself within a second of Kagoda. He's back within DRS. This fight is right back on. But it's not back on for 4th and 5th place with Pluto and Rundle. They're 2.5 seconds back. They need to be within a second.
Actually gone wide. So, X-Pillow within 6/10 behind Kagoda. He's going to have a great run on the back of the Haas.
That's another fastest lap right there for X-Pillow, and look at the gap, how much this came down to an Aaron O'Connor with the time penalty. Yeah, That was to be expected at some point, as if you know people from SRS, you would know Aaron O'Connor would be getting a penalty at least at some point, but at least at some point, this battle is going to be heating down to the wire where someone's going to go wheel to wheel. You had your chance right there, Explo. Almost ran in the back of him.
Somehow keep second place. That was super tight.
And he still keeps DRS a gap of under a second by that, too. Incredible.
The momentum you have into the braking zone with DRS is just more than you think, and you could just slam into someone's gearbox if you're not careful.
He was lucky enough not to, I would say, too.
Yeah.
You know?
That may have taken Kagoda out of the race as well.
I mean, I think it also may have woken FH up as well, because he's now out of a second of Explo, but Explo is within less than 5/10 right here, and he could make a move heading into turn 2, but he's definitely not close enough. He's got DRS to do so, but he's just not close enough, and then heading into this hairpin, you start to think closer and closer that DRS becomes more powerful and powerful and powerful each time, as Explo had less ERS than Kagoda last time. He saved himself a bit of ERS to where he's using about medium mode right here. He's not going to be able to pass Kagoda in the hairpin unless he tries a dive bomb, which I highly doubt would happen. This time he's got
he always does the
same
same thing. As we have a Mercedes, that is Graham, who's had a bit of an off.
Front wing too. Front wing too. Got front wing damage.
Oh.
Three-car battle again.
Of course, the
Mercedes.
3 DRS in a row can allow you to really close within someone. If you're just within DRS range, by the time you've got to the third straight, you could be within like 3/10 of the car ahead.
Graham had to save himself from spinning out, and he was lucky Sync was there, because he probably would have spun out right there, and I think he was lucky enough not to get any more damage. But he's going to be pitting this time, I'd assume, Graham, unless he wants to salvage a points finish for the reverse grid race. But again, 3/10, that gap into turn 1 this time, as we reach lap 12 out of 17. 2/10 here, and FH, he's got DRS again. FH has got DRS again, but he's just not close enough to be able to make a move on any of these two, so I think he's just letting these two battle it out for the lead, see what happens, and then go from there. Because you're right, Simon and Aaron Ocon.
But here we go, this could be it. It does look a lot closer than the last 2 laps. It's going to pull out to the inside, it's going to send it. Golden may want to look to get the switch back. It's going to go around the outside. They're going to still be side by side.
And heading to the right-hander as well. Explo is going to be the one to go ahead right there.
Sends it down the inside. Force Explo off, and Kagoda somehow keeps the position.
And Explo's coming back at it, but he's not going to be able to make a move right here, because you got to stay single file right there through that corner. But right to another hairpin. He might try it there. No, he's going to probably keep himself behind for DRS once again. But that right there, him backing off right there, that might allow FH to get back in within DRS range. Heading off of the final corner. Will FH have DRS? Yes, he will. He's also low on fuel, so he's got to make sure he doesn't run out of fuel by the end of this race.
Explo does look closer than the last lap, as he gets to be caught up on the curb, I think.
Alfa Romeo, Haas, where have we seen this before? Season 1. Season 1. Axe was up there, Kagoda was up there, many people were up there, but up there right now is Explo, going to be overtaking Kagoda around the outside. Is he going to go for a switchback? That might be the smarter option, as Kagoda keeps the lead for now, but Explo has got the slipstream. He's going to go wheel to wheel with Kagoda through the right-hander again.
As Explo's got him, but Kagoda's going to come back.
Side by side right through there. No way you can go side by side, but
Kagoda keeps the position.
Got ahead again. It's insane how they keep switching positions. And FH, again, allowing himself to get within DRS 9/10 this time. So he's about a 10th ahead compared to where he was last time. He's just slowly letting this battle happen until something goes on. And when it's FH's time to shine, you know he will be, because it's 2/10 between the late race leaders. It might get a little bit too close for comfort, though, and FH might get involved as Kagoda clips the grass right there.
Yeah, and FH watching this battle with a bucket of popcorn as he can pounce on any kerfuffle that these two make. His Explo's going to go to the inside, and this should be job done. He looks a lot closer this time, and Kagoda may want to get the switch back.
He's definitely going to have the chance to do it this time as he goes... Oh, right there! The slide!
A bit of a tank slapper on the exit.
The slide for Explo, that's not something you can have around that corner, and especially when you're in this type of battle, it allows your rival, Kagoda, to take back the lead for the 4th time, the 4th different lap in a row. Kagoda somehow taking the lead as we head to Sector 3, and
Simon
FH, 9 tenths, 7 tenths, he's going back and forth at it, and you're right about Aaron Ocon, someone got another penalty. I don't know if it was him or Graham, but one of them got a penalty. Either way, that's allowed Aaron Ocon to be behind Simon. But back to this battle for the lead. FH DRS again for the 3rd lap in a row that he's able to be within a second. But he's got to manage to get himself back closer with these last 2 laps.
Oh,
now this surely is going to catch FH back up as Explo goes by Kagoda. And
Kagoda wins DRS. But look how close FH is.
It's going to be 3 wide possibly. Can FH make something about this? FH 3 wide!
This is going to be 3 wide. As Kagoda locks up. Explosive got... Kagoda's gone down to 3rd.
All of them going wide has allowed Explo to take the lead, and Kagoda goes 1st to 3rd right there as we're going to reach 2 laps to go this time. But FH 3rd to 2nd, Explo 2nd to the lead, and Kagoda lost 2 positions right there and won. Unbelievable. And Pluto somehow could take a podium out of this if something happens. He's 3 seconds behind. He's catching back up, and he's almost got Rundled right out of DRS too. But is it too little too late for anybody to say anything about Explo? Because it's 7 tenths FH is back right now. He was about 5 tenths there a moment ago, 8 tenths now. And DRS is going to be the most powerful thing that helps him right here into turn 1.
By the time he gets to the 3rd straight, he's going to be right within range of overtaking him. He's now only 4 tenths off.
Well, it's something we got to keep ourselves aware of because Kagoda, he's gonna want back of this too, Gagi.
Yeah, well, he doesn't want to fight FH too much because he may lose time to Explo.
Well, I got to remember, there's about, I'm trying to think of the amount of corners around this track. I think there's 14 corners, and there's a lap remaining.
There's a yellow flag. Sector 1 and Sink and Gray and Ties have had a collision, I think.
Yeah, he's got damage. Ties. It's both Mercedes taking damage. And remember, the grid will get reversed, so this battle could be heating up even more. And I'm pretty sure Ghosting's off. Ghosting is
both
on.
FH.
But we do have a lap car.
They're not going to come up to the Burning Man.
He should.
FH still must have DRS range. I think he is. No, it does have DRS.
Yeah. He's lost DRS, FH has, but Kagoda's got DRS though. Kagoda has got DRS into turn 1.
Oh, and Burning Man is tired. It's come to the last lap. The Grand Prix.
And he could have got reversed, I think, too. So him being out, he's going to stay 12th into the next one. And FH has somehow got himself back within a second by the detection point, and it's allowed him to get within DRS. But Kagoda, he's going to have to say something about that, too, because he's got the slipstream and DRS heading to the hairpin. They're both going to be side by side. FH going for the switchback. Kagoda stays ahead. Kagoda can't lose another position, but he's gained this one this time. Kagoda ahead. Is FH going to challenge back right here? No, he won't. Explo's got the lead into the last sector. He's got a second lead, and he can't mess this up. And he's going to win this race if he does so, as Pluto and Rundle, 3 tenths between them for 4th place. FH is still trying to catch Kagoda. He can't do so into this heating section. They're really close, but I don't think FH can pass in this section of the track as Explo. He timed it right, especially when he overtook. He was in an amazing battle with Kagoda, and FH, he's come out on top in this battle to win the first social race of the 2 today. FH as well. He completes the podium with Kagoda 2nd. Rundle and Pluto 4th and 5th. Simon and Aaron Ocon are going to cross the line 6th and 7th unless nothing changes there. But
Burning Man, as he retired, he won't start on pole. He'll start last again, which will be helpful for the top 3 because they'll be boosted up a place.
Correct. Aaron Ocon's out of fuel, crossing the line. Sink can't say anything about that, but he's going to pass him off the penalties. And I wonder if Joseph and Graham, they're both off, but Graham has some penalties, though, which could change the running of this reverse grid. So it might put Graham, Joseph, and then Aaron Ocon, I think. That might be the order here. And Joseph does not have much of a front wing right here. You got to not DNF, Milo, because you might want to start on reverse grid pole, but both of them collide. Oh! Crossing the line, both making contact. And, yeah, it's going to be Graham who's got pole for the sprint race, as Milo will be to his outside on the front row. What about Expolo, though? I mean, that battle was insane. The two Irishmen challenging the Brit, and it is Brit on top. Now, what was the... I'm trying to think. What was the name they called Expolo in ABS that I think it was PSR Jish came up with? Incredible Irish, I think it was. I think FH definitely earned that name for him, especially with the ABS Championship for the first time, and as well the battles he's had right here. He's quite incredible, but someone who also is incredible is that race winner of Expolo. Expolo is out on top again on F1 2019. Now, I don't think he took a win until season 4 of this league, even though he was in it since season 2. So, Expolo. He also took a win beating Jab recently at the end of the league in Azerbaijan. That was an impressive race from him. So, yeah, this grid will get reversed into the second race, and I do want to get some interviews, though, with people. Why not? Let's invite the top 3. It wouldn't let me right there, but we'll invite the top 3. You get Expolo, I'll get Kagoda and FH.
Yep.
I want to speak to them, especially about their history in this league too, because that's something I wanted to talk about, but I wasn't able to. These 3 definitely deserve the interview from the race they had. Incredible. Incredible. We'll include my audio for your stream as well. I'll wait for Expolo to get here if he does want to join quickly to have a word with you guys. I'll quickly get a word in before we do start the sprint race, but quickly, FH ABS Championship yesterday. Today, an amazing battle. I think the name that Jish came up with you for, Incredible Irish, I think that name is deserved.
Incredible Irish, yeah. I mean, I guess it is. I don't really know. I guess it is deserved. But yeah, that was fun, actually, to be fair. I thought it was going to be, like, horrible on this, but I'm actually kind of alright, it seems. Maybe I should have started League Race on 2019 and not done anything, but, you know. Yeah, it was good battle, actually, between Kagoda and Expolo. It's good to actually have racing like that for once, because you should just race against people that shove you off the road, so, yeah, that was fun.
Quickly, before we do start the sprint race, the reverse grid race, speak about your history in this league before you don't get a chance to, I would say, because, you know, we will be starting the sprint reverse, whatever you want to call it, race soon. So, yeah, quickly speak about your history in this league and what you'd like to talk about, what you'll miss about it, memories you made, and to kind of talk about your battles and everything else and to where you are now.
Oh, well, there's a lot in one season, I guess. Yeah, I only did one season. I did season 4, tier 2, got second, lost by 3 points, yada, yada, yada. I mean, I guess I actually missed the racing the most, because to be fair, that's probably the cleanest league I honestly did. Genuinely, this is probably the cleanest one I did out of all of them. Yeah. Even though it opened up probably the most ticket here, I think that was just out of pure frustration, and like it was really small things. Battles, I mean, just that tire battle with Expolo, really, that was fun. Like, almost getting him, coming from 40 points back to only losing by 3 is quite something, I'd say. I know it didn't win it, but still, that's a good comeback in my mind, and I think that the one thing I remember most is being spun as an volunteer 2, and then somehow still winning the race. So cheers Expolo for killing Kostag in that one. That was funny to watch as well. That was really funny to watch. Little Squeak and me was going very excited about it because I knew, like, oh my god, am I actually winning this? I can't really say the word on stream, can I? I don't think I'm allowed to. But yeah. Yeah, I think that Zandvoort wins probably the best memory I have, to be honest.
There you go.
Yeah, Zandvoort.
Thank you. Thank you,
That's
XPillow,
from
by the
season
way. Thank
2.
you, XPillow.
Yeah, for cheers, XPilo. Thank you. Still love that race to this day, mate.
Also,
Okay.
congratulations on your championship too.
Thank you.
In ABS, really well deserved. And
Thank you.
as Milo said before, you and championships don't go well. So not with this league at least, but
No.
I mean with ABS,
No,
it's
they
a completely different situation. So, I mean,
yeah.
congratulations there.
Yeah, I've won 2 championships now in this calendar year. 1 ETSR, 1 this one. So getting a little bit
there you
better. I'm potting a little less now. A little less second places. I've had 1 second in the championship this season. I'm 1 first, so it's going better now. So
Well,
yeah.
let's speak to somebody who's actually won a championship in this league, Kagoda.
Oh,
Speak to you.
violation.
Oh, that is oh, mate, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry now.
Oh,
Can't be
I'm
upset.
sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's
I
okay. You're
had to.
forgiven. You're forgiven.
Okay. Good. I'm glad we all can have that kind of jokes with each other.
Exactly.
But, Kagoda, you know, you won a championship here, and you kind of showed your championship driving style in that race. Speak to me about that amazing battle you had. I mean, you got from first to third, but you kept the lead for 4 laps straight, though, in that same sector.
Well, I just don't know how to brake on this game, to be honest. It's actually a lot different than I thought it would be. I did about 15 minutes or something because I knew it was different. Worked out that I could actually finish a lap. Never mind a
Right.
race. But yeah, if I didn't lock up, maybe a bit easier to stay, but it is what it is. I'm actually surprised I
point.
finished.
I mean, amazing battle, by the way. Speak to us, though, about your history in this league, though. Season 1, from being in Tier 1 to being demoted to Tier 2 in Season 2 with the championship, and then Season 3 and 4 with a bit of unluckiness, but a podium at least to back up what you've done for this league, or in this league, I should say.
Oh yeah, I actually forgot about that podium.
Go quickly, though, because I think we're starting.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Well,
Ten
with
words.
the championship season, how many words am with the championship season, it's sort of like the Verstappen Hamilton shit that's going on now. There was many incidents, I think, especially towards the end. But yeah,
Fight me like a man.
exactly, that was one of them.
Well, I think we could say the same thing about Verstappen and Hamilton. But yeah, just continue. Before you do go, I sorry to cut in, but before you do go for this the second race, just tell us one memory I think you'll remember from this league, though, as it comes to an end.
Fuck, I don't even know. I can't remember that much. Maybe the stress of Brazil.
Okay, all right.
The whole week I was
That's
just
good.
fucking like nervous because I was like a little 12-year-old. Wait,
Well-
we're like 3 tires, aren't we?
I have no idea, but I hope you and Xplo included your audio for that one. Either way, congratulations on the battle. Good luck in this race. We're gonna let you go.
Okay.
Good
See ya.
luck for that one. If you're on the podium in that one, we'll maybe speak to you again. But yeah, good luck.
Thanks.
Goggy, what a race that was between those two.
Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't
mean-
speaking. I was just having some chips.
No, you're all good. You're all good.
Right,
No, I mean, I kind of let you have that.
Fried chips, not crisp chips.
Okay, so yeah, Burning Man is going to be on pole here, actually, even though he did DNF. I don't know if they meant to do that or not, but that's that. He's going to be on pole with Graham second, Goggles Saw, Aaron Oconda ties, Simon Rundle, Pluto, FH Kagoda, X-Below. And the difference in tires, Aaron, Rundle, Pluto, FH, Kagoda, X-Pillow, all in the mediums. Everybody else is on the softs. So this should be interesting in what determines this battle. I mean, those soft runners are going to be trying to hold
What
up
would you
medium
say?
runners.
What would you say
So
the circuit layout looks like? A boot.
What, Guggy?
What would you say the layout looks like? Like a boot. I would say it looks kind of
Yeah.
like
I think it's similar to Austria with like an E or something. I don't know. I mean, I can't really. If you look at it upside down, I don't know. I mean, it looks like one of the
It may-
letters of the alphabet.
it could look high heel.
High heel. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's not,
we'll
that's
ask-
not
we'll
what,
ask-
this is, what,
We'll ask the driver who wins this race whenever we interview
Yeah.
them. We'll ask them what they think. But either way, Burning Man, Graham, Goggles Saw, ties Simon on the softs, everybody else in the mediums, and this is how the second race will go. Burning Man, though, I'm curious to see, can he keep the lead? Can he not? I mean, he won a race here in this league, so he knows how to get it done. But the circumstances have to go right for him. Graham's on the front row. Goggles Saw, Aaron Ocon ties the top 5. The 3 who battled in that insane battle, though, they're back in the last 3 grid spots as we're ready for the lights, though. We're waiting for the lights, though. We're waiting for the drivers to rev it up. And here we go. 5 red lights for the final time today. It's lights out, and away we go. Burning Man and Graham going to be side by side for the line, but Graham loses the rear. That's his chance at contending for the lead.
Most people
off
go
the
off.
start.
That's,
Here is turn 2, here is turn 3, and turn 4, and then this long straightaway and the trouble at the back. That's Simon. And is there any damage to anybody else? There's Rundle who's got damage. Virtual safety car, but there is damage to the drivers
Simon
in that
spun,
back of the pack.
and then I think someone clipped his right front off.
Correct, but I think that might have been Rundle considering he's got damage. X-Pilos got away clean on that one. FH, he's got away clean. Kagoda did get the better of that, and you are correct in that one. Kagoda, I think he's good on damage. Ties is good on damage. I think it's just Rundle who got damage out of that one, but either way, it will be Burning Man and Goggles Saw, the top 2, as we end this virtual safety car in a couple of moments here. Aaron Ocon, highest runner in mediums as well. He's worth pointing out in this battle. Can he maybe take one final podium to say, hey, I took one?
Yeah.
That'd be nice to see. He took one in F2. He took one in Tier 4. He took one as well. Almost in Tier 3 a couple of times, I want to say. But I think the VSC is ending pretty soon here, Goggy.
Yeah.
We're going to be seeing racing go back to action. And it's Burning Man, Goggles Saw, the top 2.
As Graham is going to go for moving Aaron Ocon. As Aaron Ocon is almost bummed off Graham.
Either way, that's Rundle and
I
Ties
think
to enter
Pluto
the
tagged
pit
the back
lane.
of Aaron. As
Might have,
Goggle is going
but-
to... Gogglesaw, who has joined the second race, is going to make a move on. Burning Man's going to go to the inside. He's going to get the... going to make the corner. That is a good move. As Graham, gets a massive tag slap on the exit, the hairpin, which could allow Aaron to go around the outside. No, he thinks better of it.
Well, he's going to try to go around the outside there, but what I was trying to say is Ties and Rundle got damage right there, and they have pitted, and there's a yellow flag. I can't tell if that's anybody at the back, but Burning Man has lost the lead, and he is dropped down to 3rd. Aaron Ocon goes wide right there, and people have to take evasive action, and there goes Kagoda trying to go around the outside of Aaron. Can't do so right there.
FH
He's going to lose the position to FH.
FH is going to try and get Kagoda.
Well, he's going around the outside right there too, and X-Flow is trying it as well. Yeah, Burning Man fell down, and he's going to lose DRS as well. No, that's Goggle out! No! And he has only survived about 2 laps. 2 full laps,
up to
Goggle Saw.
3rd.
Goggle Saw only lasted 2 full laps right there, and yeah, you're right, VSC is out, and Pluto, yeah, up to 3rd. Aaron, the highest runner in mediums, and this has allowed Jace Graham to be the leader. Rundle pitting. He's gone onto hards. His only hope is going to be a safety car at this point. We'll speak to a couple of drivers after this race on their career in this league and their history that they do want to remember. Either way, VSC is going to be ending soon here.
Pluto could really hold up the likes of FH, X-Blow and Kagoda. He looks to have the pace.
Well, the thing for Pluto is he's got to get by Aaron Ocon here to be able to have a chance at Graham, because, I mean, he's going to be on the better tire once pit stop cycles do go through. But the thing is, you gotta be at least ahead of the highest medium runner first. And Burning Man, 4th right here, but he's also struggling, which is going to allow FH to possibly have a chance at him into turn 1. You don't want to try a silly move right here. That's one corner you don't want to pass him, but you can pass him the exit right here, which has been proven before, into turn 2. He cannot get enough on Burning Man. But Burning Man goes wide, which is going to allow FH to take the switchback right here, and he's going to go by, but Burning Man's going to keep it wheel to wheel up to the DRS zone,
Explod's
and
gonna
it is
try
going
and
to
get
FH
Bunny.
ahead.
Explod's trying to get FH.
Oh, jockeying on the straightaway. Explo's going to head Burning Man into the back of Explo. Oh,
That's
that was a
4
mistake for
seconds
Burning Man.
wide, which allows FH to get up, and Burning Man has retired.
It's a bummer for him. I really wish he could have got the better out of that situation. He hit the back, late braked, and lost it. And it's cost Explo from it. And it allowed FH to go ahead right there. And FH
And this
got
battle
himself
is
in
now
DRS
for
of
4th,
Pluto.
5th, 6th.
Don't forget 2nd and 3rd right there, who've got the lead train to 4th, 5th, and 6th, though. They're all within 5 cars with a train, trying to catch Graham, which it's really just everybody on the mediums versus Graham on the softs. So, we'll see. The medium runner's trying to catch Graham, trying to pass Aaron here. Pluto's got a chance to do so on this straightaway with DRS 3 times in a row. Well, back straight, DRS, long straightaway, 1.9 seconds to the lead. Pluto, 3/10 to passing Aaron. He can't get by right there, but he had to be close to make straight into the back of him. Pluto still is going to be around the outside. Aaron trying to defend this one, forces Pluto off the racetrack right there, but they're both going to be wheel to wheel out of the exit of the hairpin. FH is going to try to get involved in this one around the outside. Pluto's gone ahead of Aaron. FH has gone ahead of Aaron, but Aaron is challenging back at FH, and FH has got ahead of him there. So now their quest to Graham is on because it's 2 seconds now after they've got by Aaron. Aaron is going to keep 4th place for now.
FH is going to try and overtake Pluto, but Pluto is really quick in race 1, so he could try and get a good result, which could cause a bit of a disruption to the battle between FH, Explo, and Kagoda.
Well, it's shown that Graham has pace because Graham, at least on the softs, has pace. I mean, is he going to have pace once Pluto pits here and the rest of this pack of cars for softs while Graham goes to the mediums? We'll have to find out. Pluto, though, is leading this train. He doesn't have DRS. FH does. Aaron does, Explo, Kagoda all do, and heading into this hairpin, they can't mess up their braking. We've seen people mess up their braking multiple times.
Oh!
As FH goes wide, and I think he may have got hit by Aaron.
FH.
He might have got hit by Aaron right there, as Aaron has to tuck in behind him right there.
It's a
1.7 now
5-car
to Graham.
pack.
Yeah, 1.7 to Graham now. So they are catching Graham.
Could the
The softs do look like they're fading away.
Now knock on. Yeah,
Ooh,
Explo's
Explo's
gonna
go
move
by.
now knock on.
And
Now
Kagoda
knock
thought
on.
about doing the same thing
Yeah.
too.
Looks a bit reluctant to give the position to his teammate. As Graham comes in, which will give the lead to Pluto. This actually sets
And
the
fastest
fastest
lap
lap,
for the
but
two.
yeah.
So that's 2 and 1 right there. And it's allowed FH to be within DRS this time as Aaron Ocon picks up his first penalty of this one. But that's the second race in a row out of the 2 he's picked the penalties though. So Aaron's got to keep it close before he gets 6 seconds. And now he's got to keep it even better. I think Aaron's got damage from that collision with Explo because I saw a bit of front wing damage there. And it's allowed Kagoda to go through. And it's also going to allow...
gonna send it on Pluto. I think he's going to get the move done. But Pluto
Side by
gets a
side.
better exit. It'll be side by
And
side.
to the right-hander, who's going to be ahead in
they
this
make
one?
a
Contact! Oh!
He's going to go try and run on the outside. They're
Pluto's
still
not
going to
giving
go
this one
at
up.
it. And this could end really badly. As Pluto eventually backs out of it. But he's going to
He's going to go for it again! into this section of the track.
It's
It's
still
so hard to
gonna be side
overtake,
by
so can they
side.
keep it side by side? Yes, they can. FH has got ahead, but Pluto's trying back at it around the outside. They're both keeping it wheel to wheel this time, side by side across the start-finish line. Pluto's ahead with DRS. FH not able to get him. X-Plow's behind 2, and Pluto goes wide at turn 1 as FH is challenging back at him right there, but side by side for 2/3 of the lap as Pluto loses the rear end right there, and he's going to keep the lead this time, but FH might have something to say about it as DRS is enabled.
But here
FH,
comes
X-Plow. FH in the grass.
Grass.
Wow.
Kagoda wants to
cars
get
in a
involved in this as
battle.
well.
Right here, Rundle takes the fastest lap, by the way, but 4 cars in this battle right here. It's FH, Pluto, X-Pillow, Kagoda, and my goodness, I mean, if you couldn't choose 2 Tier 2 seasons to have the championship protagonist all battling out with
There's a
each
yellow
other,
flag in sector 1 and 2, that is Rundle, who has a spin.
I don't think he could have chose a better one right there. As Rundle out of the session. I don't think it'll bring out a safety car, but we'll find out. As FH is going to be pitting this time, but the rest of them stay out. FH is going to go this long on softs. It's going to go half the race on softs. Is that something he wants to do? I don't know. We'll figure it out.
That got a bit close for X-Below, who nearly lost the rear.
So the reverse grid has really helped out Pluto, and it's kept him the lead right here. But can he keep it, though? Heading this straightaway, it's going to be a long DRS zone and a long one to forget for Pluto because X-Below is going to be gaining right here. And which way does he go? It's going to be the right side this time into the hairpin. X-Below has taken the lead, but Pluto's going to fight back at it into the hairpin. Possible switchback around the outside, though. X-Below's giving him the room to do so. They're going to be wheel to wheel, heading to this right-hander out of the hairpin. And Kagoda, he's going to get involved in this battle if these two mess up or anything happens. X-Below's got the lead. Pluto's still on the left side, and they're challenging back. X-Below's going to keep it.
Could this be a play by FH to let these 3 squabble to gain him time on them? Because of course the undercut is also powerful, and none of the top 3 are going to come in this lap.
Well, it is Aaron Ocon coming in. And it is the battle between the top 3 again, as the gap to the leader between FH this time is 16 seconds. So advantage to him, undercut to him, but those tires when these guys pit are going to be much fresher, so we'll have to see what goes on there. As Kagoda and Pluto are back at a battle once again, as X-Pillow has retained the lead this time into the hairpin. Oh, lock up from Kagoda.
They're almost slow to a crawl out the exit of the hairpin. So just trying not to
Kagoda
run into the back of each other. As Pluto looks to go and send one down the inside. Thinks better of it.
Kagoda locked up right there, and I think that's where the frustration, I could tell there was a little bit of frustration right there, but all this battling is doing is just allowing FH to catch back up on the softs. And right now he's going to have the lead if the race were to stay in the hands it were. But those soft tires are going to be much more powerful by about the end of the race. Who pits this time? Kagoda
and
does.
Kagoda does come in.
So he saw that FH is gaining time. He
Yeah.
might be tuning into the stream as well.
FH gets the fastest lap of the race. And he's going to be massively ahead of Kagoda. Pluto and Explo has to come in. This Pluto's going to stay out. But FH will massively lose out at the end of this Grand Prix. He is going to have to go a long time on these softs.
Now, how is Pluto here gonna be doing on these mediums? I mean, and he's gonna have the freshest softs, but is it too late to kind of say anything about his Pagoda?
Right by each other.
Yeah. So Pagoda, he was like 2-3 seconds behind, I think, at the end of the pit stop. He's gonna be within DRS in the next lap or two, and this is good news for Pluto too, because when he comes out, he might be right behind Explo. I mean, I don't know. There's still a lot to tell, with not a lot left in this race. I stumbled over my words there, but that's okay.
Explo gets a bit of an oversteer so they go onto that curb. Pagoda actually goes wide, and that will allow Explo to. They're gonna almost be. They are gonna be side by side. Oh, he thinks about it.
Well, Pluto has pitted. Pluto is pitted. Where is he gonna come out in comparison to these guys? As Pagoda is out of DRS this time. I was expecting him to be in DRS within this lap. And yeah, that's a massive gap. And this is the car he started his this league in, so we'll have to remember, is it going to be good luck? Is it going to be bad luck? Is Explo and Pagoda, they're not helping themselves catch up to the incredible Irishman.
Yeah.
But who is ahead in this situation is Graham. Graham's got the lead on mediums. Pagoda goes by Explo. Pagoda locks up, and it's going to allow Explo to be back around the inside, and Explo's got this position this time. And that's also allowing Pluto to catch up too. I mean, he's got fresher tires, but we'll see. We'll see. Is FH going to have enough time to catch Graham, though?
FH is already on 4-lap-old lead, 4-lap-old stop, so this could make him a sitting duck. It could make him a sitting duck towards the end of the Grand Prix.
Fastest lap for him, and he has got himself within DRS of FH, which FH is close enough, and there's a spinner that's ties. Right in front of Aaron Ocon right there, re-entering the racetrack, but FH has got close enough to Graham where he's just short of DRS, and this battle could turn into a 4-car battle this time. And the only thing that is preventing it is Pagoda being without out of a second, and Pluto being 2.4 behind. He's got to push. I mean, he doesn't have any dirty air affecting him, Pluto. So the only thing in his way really is how late he pitted. Ties gets by Aaron Ocon as well at the hairpin. Aaron Ocon switching back though. Contact made. Aaron Ocon goes by.
So FH goes wide onto the gravel, but Explo is just not close enough to capitalise.
Whoa! Oh! FH just lost it, and Explo has to take evasive action, and that's going to lose their DRS chance to Graham. Did Graham just get handed the win right here, as those two struggled right there, and now here comes Pagoda. Oh.
This could turn into a 3-car battle if we have another spinner. That is ties. Is round again. This could turn into 3 wide again. Like in the last race, FH gets a horrific exit.
Right before DRS, Explo goes by, and Pagoda is going to take advantage of that too. Explo and Pagoda have one out to FH right there as FH loses 2 positions, and that is ties around again as Pagoda gets FH2. He's clear of him that time. 1.3 to Graham this time from Explo. So DRS has a chance for him this time, and I think they've got the right person in front that time. And Explo loses it. right as I say that. So Kagoda is the lead pack is in the lead pack. He's got the chance to catch Graham now. And yeah, as I was saying about FH, he's lost tires, he's lost grip, and look what the 6 laps are doing. I mean, that's making a big difference. But what is making a bigger difference is Kagoda right here.
Now DRS,
not gonna have DRS this time. Not gonna have DRS this time, but he will on this back straight if he keeps his gap.
Kagoda locks up and goes a bit wide. Explo gets a much better exit.
Explo's got DRS while Kagoda doesn't, and Explo goes by with 2 laps to go this time. Kagoda can't fight back this one, but if they want to catch Graham, they can't be making the mistakes they are, because they keep making these mistakes and they can't catch Graham. So this is what is costing them from DRS and Explo. He's got DRS this time, as it stands, less than a second, but he's got to keep that as we reach the final corner. And Pluto's caught up, FH is caught back up, they're within a second, so by the end of this race, we might have a 5-car train, but I don't know if it's going to be enough for much overtaking, as Explo has got the gap down to 4/10. Kagoda's got the gap down to 5/10, and FH is losing out to DRS on Kagoda. Well, Explo will have DRS this time on the final lap. As we reach the final corner, it is going to be the final lap. Pluto goes by FH.
FH has a bit of a time
That's
stopper.
very important if Pluto wants to have a chance for this podium. But Explo, double DRS zone right there. It's going to be the 3rd DRS zone. And remember, if you have DRS in that final corner, you're going to have DRS into turn 2. Well, Explo's got DRS in this different detection point. And down to the hairpin this time on the last lap. Graham's held the lead for so long, but can he keep it this time into the hairpin? Explo has got a chance
he may not
to
be
the
close enough.
outside.
He's going to go for move.
Switch back from Explo, and Graham gets the better traction out of that time, and he keeps the lead as we enter the final stadium section and the final 2 sectors of this racetrack. Explo, he's got a chance. He's going to go around the outside. Graham protects right there. He can't do nothing about it, Explo. And Graham, great defending from him, which has kept him in the lead to the stadium section. Into the last, Explo has got the better tires. Can he say something into the final section of this track? You can't say anything right there. Hairpin this time, ties fastest lap in the final few corners. Graham, unless he slips up, it's going to be his race. And out of the final corner, Graham has held on for so long to the point where he's going to win the reverse grid race. Graham is out on top.
What a win by Graham.
Ahead of Kagoda, to Pluto, to FH in the top 5. He spins out. Well, he might not get top 5 if he keeps going like this, because it will be Aaron Ocon ahead of him. But yeah, let's get Graham in here. Great race win from him. I do want to finish that whole spiel with Kagoda. We'll talk to him. Explo didn't get a chance that time. FH does Aaron, and then ties on the last lap, does have the fastest lap. So we'll talk to the podium sitters and we'll talk to a couple other drivers post-race. If Pluto, Aaron, or Ties do want an interview, I'll get them in here. I'll speak to them. But we're joined by Graham, Explo, and so I have Graham muted. Yeah, there we go. That works. But yeah, we have Explo, Graham, Kagoda all in the party. And if Pluto, Aaron, or Ties do want an interview, I'll get them in here. We won't try to take up too much time by what had happened. Ties as well, crossing the line. There we go. All right, so let's talk here. Firstly, I want to speak to Graham, who won the race. Graham held on for so long, was able to hold on at the end. And I will say, great defending right there. Tell me how you did it.
Yeah, I've taken inspiration from Danny Sketton. Yeah. No, I got an undercut on them by starting softs, because I knew from the last race that softs the ends were ass.
Yeah.
So I just managed to. I came out with like 5-second gap to Finn, I think. I don't know what it was like to the rest of them. because I didn't even realise they'd pit. Um, but yeah, nothing too major. It wasn't really the last lap that last lap Phil started to started to attack me. So.
Yeah. Now, congratulations on the win, but also make sure you have your audio included too. I should say that's probably important. Okay, cool. Same for everybody else in here too. But tell me about the league and the management throughout the last 2 seasons, though, because I mean you joined back, and obviously now that the league is shutting down, tell me what you will remember. Tell me what the memories you will remember, and tell me just really about things you will miss from the league heading forward.
Me.
Yeah.
Me?
You.
Uh,
Yep.
To be fair, season 2 was class. Got carried by Boker and Renault with Square as team leader. And then I think I got banned midway through season 3. Like start of season 3. Still don't agree with it personally. Then it was fine. Came back, started begging for admin. I stopped begging, then they gave me it. And then yeah, it's been chill for like a season. I think I've been owner. Not owner. Just admin. So yeah, it's been chill.
Well, let me put my headset on. That's probably the better thing I should do. But yeah, is there any certain thing going forward that you will miss or that you do want to say heading into the last 2 days of, I'd say, the league and the league's events?
I think, to be fair, we may try to do some more social races. I don't really know, so don't quote me on that. But I think, yeah, we would just do the occasional social races. And then if we get enough motivation and drivers and stuff, then start it up. But if not, then yeah, chill.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Also, thank you to the admins who held this event, which was great. Congratulations on the win. Xpilo, I do want to talk to you, who was challenging Graham there. Now, you won the first race. Congratulations on that. Speak to me about the 2 races a little bit.
Well, first race, very fun fight for the lead. Very clean as well. Thank you, Kagoda. And, yeah, that was really enjoyable.
You're
Then
welcome.
the second race, hunting down from the back, nearly had a few moments, and I was lagging a bit, but overall, very, very fun, and I feel like I did well.
Yeah, I agree with that. And also make sure your audio is included. Yeah, speaking about what I spoke to about with Graham regarding league's memories, league's league moments, history in the league, what are things you'll remember and you want to kind of say if this is to be the last event, though, that this league does hold?
I'd say it's been good. As much as there has, I think there's no way to sugarcoat it, been a decline in just everything in the last season and a half, but
Right.
yeah, I'd say it's been an enjoyable time, a lot of good moments. So I've been admin for a little while now, so yeah, I've seen that side of it, and I'd say that more likely than not there will be another social race at some point, but if there isn't, then it has been good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely see what goes on moving forward. I mean, I think it's fair to say for sure, like, this is probably going to, I mean, this probably will be the last event for the year. I think that's fair to say because of, you know, Christmas and everything else. I mean, I'm not going to confirm that because I'm not an admin, but I'm saying, like, this probably will be just by speculation because, you know, there's next week, then Christmas, then New Year's, and then you have everything else after that, which is a brand new year. So
I can confirm
obviously,
this is the last of this year.
Yeah. So you can confirm that for the people here. Gagi, is there any questions you do want to ask Graham and Xpilo, though, regarding the league, regarding that race, whatever it may be? Is Gagi there?
That'll be a no.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good morning, if you are in Australia side of things. Continue.
No, not really. I mean,
Alright.
I would. It's just I can't. I mean, everything that I've wanted to ask, Ryan has asked. So
There you go.
yeah.
Well, ask Kagoda then, because we didn't get finished on a whole little spiel with Kagoda. And I'll invite a couple of other drivers who didn't participate in that race if they do choose to be invited in a moment. But first is Kagoda. You get on with him. Gagi? Gagi? Gagi. Gagi. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a very interesting name, to be honest.
I agree.
Yeah. Of course, you finished.
Somewhere!
Oh.
Sure.
Where'd you finish, Kagoda?
Third,
So he
I
doesn't
think.
forget. There you go. Continue.
Well, I was actually. Hang on a minute. I'll forget it.
Okay.
Just gives
Well-
up.
Kagoda, this is my time to shine again. Well, Kagoda, I do wanna speak though about some of the things with this league though. For you, obviously the season 2 championship is something to remember. The battle with Pluto, and even the podium at USA in season 3. Just tell me again a couple of things you will remember heading forward, and you will miss from this league. I think that's fair to say. Some things you will miss from this league. Some things you'll remember, and just memories to look back on. I mean, there's the last 2 years from this league that have happened, so there's a lot to choose from.
Well, Lord 61's magnificent driving. I will miss that. Well, a good memory is probably Hungary. Some people will understand that.
Yeah.
Utah Elephant 36.
That joke went over my head.
Wait, I think it was 36 anyway.
Yeah, it's 36.
Basically,
I don't remember. No, I don't remember that. I think I do. Hold on, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you could be talking about 2 different things. I don't know.
Be an F1 driver. Come on.
Oh yeah, I mean that one's a good one for you, Graham. That's a good one for you. All right, Kagoda, what are you talking about? Because that flew over my brain.
well,
That doesn't help. So.
Such J25. Well, the nickname
Oh,
we give him off
yeah.
that Snake J25.
Yeah.
Very
Okay,
kindly
yeah,
invited
I
us to the
remember
lab.
I remember that. Yeah. Okay, yeah, speaking of that, I actually want to speak of that. I was race engineering F1 driver at the time. That was the thing. And like, because I think F1 driver like asked me to like race engineer him, and I was like, okay, fine, whatever, I'll do it, because why not? And then like people had assumed they were me, and I'm like, okay, well like, yeah.
It just came up in the
Either
chat
way.
and I was laughing.
Either way, I mean, oh, I'm getting pinged. Who pinged me?
Oh.
Yeah, I'll invite Sync in. I'll probably invite Sync in a moment, but I was gonna say, yeah, I mean that whole incident was quite weird to say, and I think that was definitely one of the I don't even know how I want to word that. One of the interesting moments of the league. We'll put it that way, or at least from
It's
season
definitely
4, but
interesting.
I don't know if in a good way or a bad way, but most likely in a bad way. But either way, I will say though, yeah, there's a lot you can look back forward on, and that's great. Is there anything else you think you can look back on as well as we got caught up on the Hungary deal?
Well, I'll look at Italy. He literally gets into
Yeah.
the lead. 5 seconds.
Luke B spins. Luke B spins. Well, I think as well something you definitely have to look back at for sure.
My
one
controller
more thing.
disconnected.
Oh yeah, that's why. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Continue,
Well,
sorry.
Spinella, after 5 seconds being in the lead. Absolute talent. What? Yeah. Sorry, Mum.
What, did Luke know you were talking about him or something?
Nah, my mum was calling me.
Oh, okay. Continue.
Uh,
I mean, we can sit here for hours. I mean, I'm okay with
Yeah,
that.
I know.
League race at 6:30 though, so
alright.
but that's okay.
I don't know. I mean, just the supreme talent of Luke and Sinksy one as teammates. You know, I think they crashed at some point together. I think that was Mexico. Sink bottling a podium a few times.
Few.
Yeah.
I think more than a few.
Yeah.
All right, but no. Either way, I do want to say congratulations to you on the results, as well as I mean, I don't think anybody else in this league could have the record that to be held of the fact that brother duo.
Oh fuck!
from the
I remember
related duo,
something. Silverstone.
both winning.
30 seconds. I won by 30 seconds. That's something that was good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I can think of something that's good. Your championship.
Yeah, that
Have you
is.
still have you fought Pluto like a man since then or no?
Well, I haven't really raced against him since. Well, apart from today, obviously, but
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I would like to. I would definitely like to see that. I mean, anybody else can probably agree with me. They'd like
Yeah.
to see. I mean,
I was-
anybody else would agree. They'd like to see you and Pluto race again, except for the fact that you know, incidents. But either way, you get the point.
as
Henry?
Jack finally blowing up his bomb shed.
Oh. Some of these I like vaguely remember.
Oh yeah, the Tommy Karate
But-
stream.
Yeah, yeah. Now I will end off there. Either way, congratulations. I'm gonna get one or two more people, and I'm gonna get Aaron in first, and then we'll think about Pluto. Where is Aaron on my friends list? No, he's appearing offline.
Pluto's
That makes
eating.
sense.
So he won't come in.
Maybe we could save Pluto for tomorrow if he does not choose to come in today,
Yeah.
or whatever Pluto chooses. It's up to him. But
The Lord
either way, I
and
do want to
Savior.
talk to Aaron because either way, I do want to talk to Aaron because his history in this league definitely is quite interesting. I mean, him at one point. Speaking of Aaron, he got a podium in the first race of the season before his cousin did. You know, Mr. Polo God. So I mean,
you're all you.
I think it's fair to say Aaron Ocon clear of Polo God. 81 seconds of penalties in the first race from Polo, and compared to Aaron's only like 3 in the first race. So Aaron Ocon, you're clear of Polo. Just know that if Polo ever says anything about him being better, just remember 81 seconds, and then you won the argument automatically.
Well,
Either way, let's speak to you about your race, Aaron. I think it's fair to say you struggled a little bit out there, but you had a couple good battles there, here and there. Talk to me about the race.
well, yeah, I struggled a little bit because, well, being back on this game, like, for the first time in, like, 2 years, like, I found it very hard to get up to speed quickly. But, yeah, I had some good battles with a few people, so that was the main thing. And a few penalties as well.
As usual.
Yeah,
I have to joke about it, but
I know.
yeah. Tell me. I asked the other guys the same question, and it's gonna go same to you. Tell me what you will remember regarding the league, the league's history. What you will miss, memories you remember. I mean, F2 podium at one point. I think it was. Were you battling Explo or Pluto? I don't remember.
Pluto.
Was it Explo? Okay, you were battling Pluto, as Explo did win that Grand Prix, by the way. But you were battling Pluto for that podium. You got the podium, and you also got the 2 podiums in Tier 4.
Yep.
Points in Tier 1, which was very unexpected at a full grid race, too, where you ended up getting points twice, actually.
Yeah.
Which was a great achievement, especially for you, considering not many people look out for you to get points, especially in Tier 1 at least. So talk to me about all the things I mentioned.
Well, yeah,
remember,
like-
miss, whatever.
There's a few, like, the thing I'll miss about this league is, like, it was very exciting at times because, like, some races were very unexpected. Like, there were some unexpected results in some races, and basically, like, it was fun fun racing against people in this league.
Now, I think people might think, like, you know, we're related. I mean, we're related on the Ocon side of things, but anything else, we're not related. So I just want to point that out because I joined RPL, I believe it was, for a little while, and people had asked me, "Are you related to Aaron Ocon?" I'm like, "No, I'm not."
Yeah, a
So
few people
I
said
just
the
want to
same
clear
thing
that
to
up
me.
if anybody is watching from there. But yeah, continue with what you were saying. Like, what else is there? Because you said there's some unexpected races and stuff like that. Personally, like, what was your favorite part, and what do you think you'll miss the most? I'd say. Like, what are some certain things to point out?
I'd miss the battles. Like, I had a few good battles with a few drivers, like Sam stayed in Tier 1 this season in Bahrain. And, like, I'll miss, like, the battles, but, like, yeah, pretty much that's it.
I'm going to miss somebody getting a penalty every race. Like, almost guaranteed in the first couple of laps.
Yeah,
That's what
I'll
I'll
miss that
miss.
as well.
I think that's definitely something. I mean, I'll go through this party and say what I'll miss about like everything from everybody in this party, because there's some people here in this league like who joined because some of the people in here and then became closer friends with people. Like for example, like
I joined.
I'm pretty sure like people like Pluto, Goggle, Xpilo, like they all didn't know each other before entering this league, and even like I mean,
joined
Graham
from
and Milo,
Polo.
you guys knew each other and stuff like that, but you guys got probably a little bit closer because of leagues like this and stuff like that, and with Square and other people too. So this league definitely helped bring people closer and created friendships between people online, of course. So obviously that plays a big role, and some people might not be racing in the same leagues anymore after this race. You don't know. I mean, I think of Kagoda and Pluto. I mean, the battles we got to have was for what we got to experience between them was for a short period of time, but those battles might not happen again. Same thing with Xpilo and FH. I mean, I'd assume they'd see each other on track at some point again, but Xpilo and FH, like the battle in Tier 2, I mean, especially with FH being in leagues like SRC and stuff like that, and even winning the ABS championship, I think personally, I don't think there's battles we'll get to see again, and people who raced on track in this league who maybe won't get to race on track again with each other. So I think back to things like that. But yeah, let me go through the party actually and say some things. I mean, some will say jokingly, but others, I already spoke about Aaron and the things I'll miss there. But I think as well, the whole seeing you and Paulo, the cousin duo there, racing the same tier. I mean, I didn't think that was possible to see that, but Season 5 showed that was possible. Goggy, I mean, same thing with him and Maddie, but I think as well, like the underrated performances, like even Tier 1 Bahrain this season in Season 5, I think, Goggy's a contender where you might at least expect it. And he was going to be challenging Jab at some point in that race, it looked like, but it just didn't fully happen. And Xpilo, I mean, battles with F2. I mean, there's so much to go over about everybody. I'm just not going to go with everybody in the league at the whole time, but I'm saying in this party. But either way, Xpilo with F2, and even in the Tier 2, with the battles he was able to have. I mean, especially being one of the drivers who was vocal on things. I remember I put out a form one time regarding the league, and Xpilo put like an essay of some sort. I'm like, yeah, this reminds me of my essays I put in the Discord server about the driving in this league. So I kind of got flashbacks from that whenever that happened. But that was Xpilo was someone who's vocal on the league, I'd say, and he became admin shortly later. Graham as well. I think definitely. Season 2, like you and Graham, not you and Graham, yeah, it's fun. Like you and Danny's collisions was something funny.
Yeah, it was close.
To remember, and then like you automatically became friends later after that. It was weird how that happened, like you collide with the same guy you're now at least buddies with somehow. So I mean, I guess that's good as well, and especially with Xpilo and Graham as well, with being able to get the league going in Season 4 and Season 5 where it did, because it probably wouldn't have been possible if it weren't for two people like them. You got to thank them. And Kagoda as well. I want to speak about Kagoda, but the Tier 2 season battle, quite interesting. Literally quite interesting. I mean, there's so much more to take, but this stream has gone on for 2 hours almost. So I'm going to end it here. If there was somebody we didn't get to today, we'll get to them tomorrow. Tomorrow will probably be much longer of a stream, considering it's on Sunday, championship day between Verstappen and Hamilton. That'll be interesting to see how that unfolds. But yeah, we don't have much time left. Either way, thank you to the admins for making this happen.
Hamilton's gonna win.
We'll see what happens tomorrow in the second social race on Sunday, and we'll see what happens there. Either way, it'll be me and Milo, I believe.